What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical average American here today to react and learn about amazing places to visit in England. If you were to ask some kind of random American what they want to visit in England, why would they go there? I think 9 out of 10 times, or maybe 10 out of 10 times, they would say London? London is in England. London's good. And it's true, London is amazing and probably the most common idea of why people visit England. But if then you were like, okay, American, where else do you want to go in England? They'd just be like, more London? More London, maybe? And it's like, it's funny because I know there's so much more to England than London, even though London is this huge, momentous piece of that. And so I'm really excited to see all of these amazing places that you can visit in England, which is exactly what this video is going to highlight. So, sounds wonderful to me. Let's take a look.
Number 1. London. As cliche.
Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. You know what? That's okay. Number 1 is London. That's fair. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's continue. Let's hear about London, and then there's at least 9 other things.
Cliche as it may be, visiting London is one of the best things to do in England. One of the most
Oh, he said, the narrator even said, as cliche as it is, London is one of the primary and best reasons. And it's like, that is true. Let's not deny it. That's true. But this list has at least 10 amazing places in England.
unique cities in the world, London stands out for its diversity, its culture, and its endless supply of places to enjoy.
Yeah.
With more than 2,000 years of history, this city maintains many of its traditions. Some of them are famous tea rooms or taverns to go drinking.
That's one of the most, there's so many amazing things about London that kind of blow my mind, and I know blow a lot of Americans' minds. And one of them is just the history. How old some of the stuff is, how traditional some of the stuff is. America isn't that old, as a nation. So there's not as much historical significance behind even some of the pubs or cool places to visit. So that's actually a huge reason and a really big cool thing about London, especially from Americans' point of view.
However, this does not detract from the fact that this is a modern city with futuristic buildings.
Right.
You can visit its impressive street markets like Camden or Brick Lane.
That's true too. I was just talking about how old it is and historical, but I definitely don't think, if I went to London and some kind of modern building popped up into view, I'd be like, what the heck? That's not supposed to be here. It's like, no, we are in 2023.
Climb to its viewpoints like the Shard.
Wow.
And explore its beautiful parks like Hyde Park or
Wow.
St. James Park. You can also take a walk through Notting Hill or visit its free museums.
Cool.
There are also its main tourist attractions,
Whoa.
such as Westminster Abbey, Tower Bridge, Big Ben, London Cathedral, and many more.
I've even, reacted to videos just about London, and there's still stuff in this little snippet that I hadn't seen before, like that alleyway with all the umbrellas. What?
Museums. There are also its
What's this? What's this place? Oh, you can get a little Mario shirt there. Okay. That's actually awesome. Okay.
London Cathedral, and many more.
Nice.
Number 2. Stonehenge.
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge has been there for about 5,000 years.
Stonehenge. I feel like this should be embarrassing for me to admit, but I actually didn't realize Stonehenge was in England. I guess, cut me some slack, I'm sorry, but since I'm in America, I know of Stonehenge, I've heard about it, it's famous. Every American knows of Stonehenge, but I think, since it's in Europe, we just don't think about where it's located, and we're just kind of like, oh, it's over there. It's, over on the other side of the planet, so, yeah, Stonehenge, great. I really didn't realize it was in England. That is awesome. So you can like travel to England, go to London, run to Stonehenge. How close do they let you to this though? Wouldn't people try to like chip part of the stone off? Tourists ruining everything.
Built between the late Neolithic and early Bronze Age, this monument has become the most famous in the world and a must-see
Yeah.
sight in England.
Wait, what's this? They're what? Oh, well, apparently they aren't too overly precious about it. This crowd's gathering literally 2 feet away from the stones. That's kind of cool in a way, like not being overly protective. Like they're holding events in Stonehenge, like they're inside it, basically.
The experts say that this site served as an astronomical observatory,
Okay.
although it was also a burial ground.
Oh, yeah, obviously there's all the conspiracy theories Americans love to, and, people all over the world, I'm sure, like to dream up about Stonehenge signaling to aliens or something, and I mean, it is a big question of, like, how did they lug these stones so far and prop them up and make this thing, but that's a whole other fun part of it, I guess.
It's made up of large blocks located in 4 circles. You can visit this site from London or a route to the south of England.
Wow.
Buy your tour in advance as this site is popular and visited by tourists.
Oh, you have to buy a tour. Oh, they've commercialized it. No, man. I mean, that makes sense, honestly, in a way. But I didn't even know you had to book a tour. Like, man, you can't just walk up to Stonehenge and just be like, whatever, I'm walking around. Honestly, that makes sense. And I think there's even security guards in this footage, like in the back, and even that makes sense to me.
Number 3. Liverpool.
Liverpool. Very historic city. I mean, honestly, it's a name Americans recognize, like the name Liverpool, but we have a very, very difficult time putting an image of the city to the name, because most Americans like me know it for one thing and one thing only, that it's where the Beatles are from.
The eternal city where the Beatles were born. Because of the Beatles and its beauty, it's a
Yeah.
must-stop on your trip to England.
Yeah.
You can tour the places that inspired their songs and visit their museum.
I bet you, oh my gosh, I bet the people in Liverpool get so tired of the tourists, even though it's probably good for the economy and making money, but everyone who's going to Liverpool is probably like there to see a Beatles museum or something that has to do with the Beatles, but just embrace it. I think that's the nice thing. It's like probably just something you embrace about the place.
You must listen to live music at the Cavern, the legendary pub where they played in their early days.
Oh,
This vibrant city offers more like the home of an iconic soccer team, a bustling nightlife, hundreds of pubs and taverns, several museums, and shopping streets.
yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Like, as cool as it is that the Beatles are from there, Liverpool probably has like its own identity of lots of other stuff to do as well.
What places should you visit in Liverpool? Well, the old Albert Dock Shipyard, Crosby Beach, and the rooftop terrace
There's
of
a
the
beach.
Radio City Tower. Other things to do
Oh.
in Liverpool are visiting the St. Luke's Church, the Cathedral,
Nice.
and the World Heritage Buildings, Royal Liver Building, the Cunard Building, and the Port of Liverpool Building.
Wow, this is again like that's something about English towns and cities. So much historical looking stuff. I can't emphasize that enough. How cool that is, especially from us Americans.
Number 4. Oxford.
Oxford. I don't think, including myself, Americans are just not very familiar with Oxford. I think it has a really famous university, and that's about all I really know.
This is one of the most famous university cities in the world.
Yeah.
Throughout this city, you will find some of the oldest and most prestigious colleges in the world.
Oh my gosh, talk about historical cities. This is like the king of the crop. This is like the most historical looking city I've ever seen.
Christ Church College, where the writer J.K. Rowling was inspired to create part of the Harry Potter universe, and Merton College, where the famous J.R.R. Tolkien taught.
What?
Besides visiting distinguished universities, we recommend you stroll through its old town full of stone buildings.
Yeah.
Enter one of its pubs like the Turf Tavern or the Bear Inn.
Enter the pubs. You don't gotta tell me twice. I love these names. The Bear.
To enjoy some delicious food or to have a drink.
Yeah.
Number
yeah.
5. York.
York. That's a name like I hear, but probably one of the places in England I just know the least about of all. And I feel like a lot of Americans share that with what I'm saying.
York was founded by the Romans in 71 AD and occupied by the Vikings in the 9th century.
Huh?
Although its city past life was Roman and Viking, the monuments that have survived are from medieval times.
Wow, medieval buildings, Viking history. See, that's the kind of thing I had no idea about.
This was thanks to the power of the church and the iconic House of York.
Wow.
A must-see is a visit to the impressive Gothic cathedral.
Ridiculous. This is the kind of stuff like I've seen in books. Now, we can watch it on the internet, but seeing it in person, because, again, I say this over and over, America doesn't have anything like these cathedrals.
The largest in Northern Europe. You also must take a walk along the medieval wall. If you
Yeah.
prefer, you can take a tour through the cobblestone of the old town.
I do prefer cobblestone streets. What a ambiance. What just a feeling, a vibe, if you will.
Then visit the Shambles, an alley of half-timbered buildings of the 14th century.
Wow.
Number 6. Bath.
Bath. Not Bath? Bath. Excuse me. Bath. I really don't know what this city is known for. Looks beautiful. How does every city in England, at least that they're featuring here in this video, look so ridiculously nice? I mean, I know it has a lot to do with the architecture, but come on. Not everything can be so nice.
Despite its small size, this city is a World Heritage Site and was founded over 2,800 years ago by King Blandud.
Wow.
One of the best things to do in
Is this just straight up a castle? Or maybe a cathedral? Hard for me to tell.
Bath is to stroll through its historic center, where you will fall in love with the beautiful Georgian architecture.
Yeah.
You will also see the ancient Roman sites,
Wait, there's a bath. There's a bath. There's a bath in Bath. There's a bath. A bathhouse? I think that's what this is.
such as the fantastic baths and
Yes.
the impressive Pulteney Bridge, one of
Yes.
only 5 inhabited bridges left in the world. After this tour,
Inhabited bridge. What is an inhabited bridge? But it's one of 5 left in the world. I actually don't know what that means.
we recommend you visit one of its traditional taverns or have a picnic in the park.
A tavern. What's the difference between a tavern and a pub? It's taken me long enough to distinguish between a bar and a pub. Now we're throwing taverns in. Huh. I don't know. The simple answer is just go check it out for yourself.
Undoubtedly, a pleasant walk.
Hmm.
Number 7. The Cotswolds.
The Cotswolds. That's a very English sounding word, if that makes sense. Cotswolds. Never heard of this. I actually have no idea what this is.
Also known as the English countryside. It's
Oh.
one of the most beautiful places to visit in England.
Wait, how do you just visit the English countrysides, though? Are there specific places to go? Because what they're showing here looks beautiful. I'd stand here and watch some cows, like, bask in the sunset. But where do you go exactly? English countryside just sounds enormous. I wonder if there's, like, some particular places you want to go?
This area is in the west of the country and located 2 hours from London.
Damn, look at that. That could be a background on your computer or something. That's ridiculous.
You will fall in love with this place.
Ah,
full of honey-colored stone villages,
Wow.
green meadows with sheep, the most typical English traditions.
There's just random castles sitting around. Like, talk about. This is like the anti America. This is like the least American possible. English countryside. Opposite of America, especially modern America. Got castles, sheep. It's beautiful.
And a quiet and relaxed atmosphere.
Wow.
The best way to tour the main villages and landscapes of the Cotswolds is by rental car. It will
Okay, right. To get around a lot. So it's not. The Cotswolds is English countryside? Are they, is that synonyms?
It will allow you to have the freedom to stop wherever and whenever you want.
Right.
A must in this region.
Yeah.
Among the villages to include in this route are Castle Combe, Chipping Campden, Burton on the Water, Broadway, Stow on the Wold, Tetbury, and Bybury.
Wow, so they do have recommendations. This is almost like a little tour of the Cotswolds you gotta do. Go to all these little towns. They're so quaint. And so, I don't know, just nice. Like calming in a way.
Bybury is considered by many to be the prettiest village in England because
What?
of its row of houses on Arlington Row.
Wow. I hope this stuff like isn't ruined too much by tourists. American tourists yelling, "We're in the Cotswolds!" You know, kind of. Hope everything's respectful. I don't know why that pops into my mind. I think just looking at this and how peaceful it seems, with the grass, the moss growing on the roofs, it's just nice.
Number 8. Hadrian's Wall.
Hadrian's Wall. I have heard of this. I have reacted to this before. I mean, this is like a modern marvel of England that the vast majority of Americans do not know that this even exists. I had to learn about this for my YouTube video.
Between the years 122 and 132, Emperor Hadrian decided to build a wall of more than 100 kilometers across the island from east to west.
Yeah, long, and the wall, like, he wanted the wall, like, thick, too. Tall and thick and long, like, ridiculous.
Its purpose was to protect the Roman province of Britannia. They received attacks by the tribes that inhabited the north and center of Scotland.
Right.
This colossal infrastructure, known as Hadrian's Wall and a World Heritage Site since 1987, is a wonder to see in.
Wow, I gotta just look at that. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, the wall and, like, the landscape. I'm even, like, in awe of the landscape of England. Just because it's, like, not really something you can find in America. Like, just the rolling soft hills like this.
England. Today, there are still preserved relevant sections of this wall abandoned in the 9th century. Number 9. Cliffs of Dover.
Cliffs of Dover. I am not familiar with. I don't think I've ever heard of this. Are these, like, cliffs, like, on the coast? That sounds awesome.
The Cliffs of Dover is a white wall of more than 100 meters high and almost 12 kilometers, extending
It is a white wall. Why is it white? What's it made out of? Oh, this is amazing.
across the county of Kent, from Kingsdown to Dover. Its white color is due to its composition of chalk, calcium carbonate, mixed with some black flint veins.
Okay.
Together with the blue sea and the green grass, it gives a colorful welcome to the ships arriving through the English Channel.
I mean, it's striking, to say the least. It's like, it's kind of imposing. Like, welcoming, yeah, it's more like just unique and distinct to me.
Do you want
Like, hey, you're in England. Like, we're a giant wall, white wall. Very, very visually stunning.
to see the best views of the cliffs? Then hop in your car and drive to Samphire Hoe, St. Margaret's Bay, or
Oh.
East Cliff Park in Folkestone.
Oh, yeah, there are some good spots to actually see a lot of the cliffs at once, huh?
Number 10.
Wow.
Brighton.
Brighton. So number 10 is a city. I see a Ferris wheel. I think I've heard of Brighton. Nothing exactly comes to mind specifically. Kind of like York and Oxford. Once you get past London, it becomes real difficult for Americans to kind of keep it all straight and stuff. But hey, I'm glad it's in front of me right now.
Go and bathe on the beaches of Brighton, located on the south coast of England.
Okay.
This is a vacation destination for Londoners since the mid-19th century.
Oh, yeah, that's something like I never even think about. I always think about stuff through the viewpoints of like an American tourist, like what I would be. But this is like a destination for locals and Londoners, local Londoners and others who actually live nearby to go enjoy the beach with maybe a couple tourists mixed in as well.
It has more than 9 kilometers of beaches and almost a city full of atmosphere, music, and it's in the top 3 LGBT-friendly cities in the world.
This just seems like fun, like this city. Just like not striking me as like the historic like landmark of some of the others, but more like just fun vacation.
In Brighton, you can see many tourist
Oh!
attractions such as the Royal Pavilion,
What is this? What style is this? This doesn't look anything like the other architecture I've seen. Wow.
an exotic royal palace of Indian style and full
Indian style. That's what I thought. This is just randomly in Brighton? Well, I'm sure for a good reason. That's pretty amazing.
of fantasy. You can also visit the beautiful Brighton Pier,
The pier.
which has an amusement park, and the narrow streets known as the Lanes,
Huh.
always full of people and stores for all tastes.
Nice, nice.
England is full of culture, tradition, and beautiful landscapes.
Yeah.
Its iconic landmarks, breathtaking coastal views, world-class restaurants, and international music festivals are waiting for you. So start packing your bags for your next trip to England.
Oh.
If-
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. It's a good way to finish that off. That was great. Like I said, when Americans think of England, they think of London. And there's so much more, and this proves it. And so much more beyond this video, I'm sure, but this was great. This video was by Joyous Travel, and I liked it. I gotta give it a like. Yeah, I'm glad they focused on a lot of cities, but also some of the natural wonders of England, like the Cotswolds, Hadrian's Wall, Cliffs of Dover, and a lot of amazing cities, honestly. Stonehenge, can't forget Stonehenge. A lot of amazing places, with London included, which was kind of funny to me, but unavoidable. London, you had your time in the spotlight. Settle down. This was supposed to be about England, and it was. It was very good. I think these were some great suggestions and highlights of the amazing things you can visit in England. It's got me hyped up a bit. It was good. I enjoyed this. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Britain and British culture, stuff in Britain, about Britain that I have never learned or heard before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.